or to get on the side of the credit? How do you get in the credit side
How
of
do you
this?
become a
So
secured
that
party creditor?
It's favorable for you. Because is there any kind of way you can accept charges for value, and then can you discharge this debt?
There is a way to do it.
Well, this brother already knows this is a test.
There is a way to do it. Yeah, I'm sure he knows.
We have
Because
to.
he wouldn't have asked that
But we got to go over this
We
stuff.
have to be able to effectively
Communicate with authority in order to receive a favorable reply. So you got to be able to go over this
You have to
stuff.
know what you're asking for. You
Definitely.
You got to ask the right questions.
Well, exactly. Now, a lot of misconceptions that people have is they think that your social security number represents your account. It does not. That's a misconception. That is an account that's just in your name, but it is it's not for you, and it's not owned by you. It is for the Federal Reserve. That's theirs. That does not belong to you. So all those people out there that's trying to do a 1099 OID, take all that money that you see on the stock exchange that you're worth, that's not your money.
So what is the purpose of that account?
That account is for the bankers. They're trading you
Okay,
like
so
a
then
stock. It's
what
up every time they make a sale. But if you go and you try to recover those funds, you're actually committing theft, because that's something that they are working. It belongs to them.
So all you want to do is accept it for value and discharge the debt.
No, you don't want to do anything as far as your bond on the stock market.
No, I'm saying all you want to do with your as far as because you said you don't want to go and try to retrieve those funds. So what you want to do is to what are you saying you need to do?
First of all, you want to capture your straw man.
You have to copyright
You do that with a UCC1. You capture your straw man and all the rest of your assets. Anything, your house, your car, you put all those things on your UCC1.
Right.
Now, as far as everything else, now there is a 1099 OID process for your assets.
Right.
Leave that social insurance account alone, because they will take you to jail. Whether you accept the charge or not, believe me, if you
they will lock
if you mess with that social insurance, they will take you to jail. Now, I heard that there's a group out there that has figured out the right way to do that. I haven't sat down with that group yet and found out exactly what they're talking about. But as soon as I do, of course, I'm gonna give my people updates.
Perfect.
But what you want to do is, after you've claimed your assets on your UCC1, you want to create a bond with the Treasury and reallocate
with the Treasury
social insurance account.
The social insurance account.
Now, by reallocating that, you take ownership of it and you open up your own account that you have access to.
Called the chargeback.
It's a chargeback account, and that is what you use to discharge your debts. That's what
you can't pay it in real money.
Yeah, Federal Reserve notes.
The Constitution, which has been
trashed
since 1871.
Yeah, there's a chargeback account and a chargeback process.
You cannot pay a debt with anything other than gold and silver.
We've got to get to perfecting this process.
Okay, right.
Or I find that you are going to be continuously offers are going to keep coming in. Because like you just stated, you can't pay in gold and silver, so it's a process. And so it appears that
silver.
Yeah, you can pay in gold.
You can't pay in that greenback.
You can't pay in fiat money.
That's not actually.
But I thought they called in.
It's a pretend to pay game. It's a pretend to pay.
They took the value from the money.
And then created another.
Well, you got House Joint Resolution 192.
192, HJR 192.
Right.
Pay in gold and silver.
Can't pay in gold and silver, and you can't ask nobody to pay in gold and silver.
Not with that paper.
Right.
But if you had the gold and silver, believe me, they will take
Well,
it
House
in
Joint
exchange.
Resolution 192 states that once they called in all the gold and silver, since you had, they stated that it was a
said
law
they called
that either you was
in.
going to get imprisonment or fine if you had some gold and silver, they had to come up with a remedy. So the remedy
Right.
was to say, hey, you can't ask for nobody to pay in gold and silver. And nobody is still allowed. They already had their gold standard out, so
You
wasn't
just
nobody allowed to
fiat,
have the silver.
And you can discharge the debt.
So
That's what
everybody,
the House
that's
Joint
it.
said.
He who has the gold pays the bills.
The bill, right.
And so we got to discharge the debt in order to be able to do commerce.
That's acceptance for value.
Right.
It's acceptance for value. And it goes a little deeper than acceptance for value. See, acceptance for value is merely just accepting the charge and discharging that with your signature, because your signature is where the value is. But that process in itself will not work unless you have a chargeback account. That's what the chargeback account is for, is to reroute your debt with your signature. Now there's a process to do that. I don't suggest you try it
on your own.
unless you know what you're doing.
So you say we got a
Don't know what
process.
you're doing, sit down with
It
somebody
states
who does.
initially that you
and learn the
cannot pay a
process.
debt
Thank you.
with a form of currency that is not backed by gold and silver. You can pay with gold and silver. That's the only lawful currency. But since they
Let me see. Thank heavens we got this law right here. So we don't
Well,
have
she
to-
may have it, because I was going to go with the
I got
all-time
it here.
closer.
House Joint
say
Resolution
that
192
just
provided
read what it says.
that the one who has the gold pays the bill. It removed the requirement that the United States subjects and employees had to pay their debt with gold. It actually prohibited the inclusion of a clause in all subsequent contracts that would require payment in gold. It also canceled the clause in every contract written prior to June 5th, 1933 that required an obligation to be paid in gold. Retroactively, it provided that the United States subjects and employees could use any type of coin and currency to discharge a public debt as long as it was in use in the normal course of business in the United States. So that's what you're saying here, that it provided that United States subjects and employees could use any type of coin and currency to discharge a public debt as long as it was in use in the normal course of business in the United States. So that would provide that you could use gold.
Right.
Well, Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Right, 'cause I'm like, no, y'all.
Signed,
It ain't gold, because if you check your quarters,
signed the
you
statute.
ain't
Coin
got
and
no-
currency.
Right, you ain't got no gold
none of that
coins.
has silver.
Coin and currency.
Oh no, but
But
you
it ain't
can
thorough.
still
You
use as
can
long as
pay
it's acceptable.
We're getting confused somewhere.
No, I'm with you. I said you can pay, but per that law, it just says you can't
Just
compel
reading it.
payment. I can't say
Can't
give me that
compel
gold
payment.
like that.
You
You,
can't
might
compel
make me
payment.
that
Right.
offer.
Okay, there we go.
There you
That's
go.
the
And so,
message
but
word.
see,
You can't
right now-
You
compel
can't compel.
a payment that is
In
not
gold and silver.
Right.
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 That's
Right.
not
And
I'm
gold.
right
now,
I'm with you with an
gold
offer
is
that
the
we
most
can
universal
deal
currency
together.
on the planet right
So
now.
it is accepted.
When
As
all
long
of
as it's
us were
accepted.
sold to
Right.
the Federal Reserve bankers, that's when Franklin Delano Roosevelt signed the, or was it,
Franklin Delano Roosevelt is the one.
oh, he's the one
the
that
new
made the new
Right.
deal, right? But I'm talking about when they changed the currency to fiat money and outlawed the use of coin.
Right.
You know,
gold.
the
silver.
Congress did that. Congress did that.
Right.
But it was in violation of HJR 192 that says you can't pay with anything other than something that's backed with gold and silver.
Right.
An
Right.
actual debt.
Right.
So they had to provide a way for you to be able to truly pay a debt, which is discharge.
Acceptance
Perfect.
for value.
Acceptance for
Acceptance
value.
for value.
That's
Process.
Exactly.
One.